Hey.
Oh,
Did you hear it?
is that Jenelle?
Hey.
Yes.
Yes.
I haven't heard it yet. I'm behind.
I've been flipping through my timeline.
Hey.
Gotta get my mind right.
What?
Hey.
Let it cry out. I got to cool down, but I'm under pressure. Looking with my Crisco.
What's up, y'all?
Oh,
Hey.
Jenelle. Hey.
Happy Friday.
What's
Happy
up,
Friday.
fam? Coming to the space. Coming to the space. Happy Friday.
But I'm under pressure. I keep my hands up.
Hey.
Got a new agenda with a new
Come on.
drink. I'm kicking out the origin.
If you have not heard this Janelle Monáe song,
This is
what are you
killing.
doing?
You alive.
Telling you.
You alive.
Okay.
Testify. I said, about to testify.
Hey.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all
Hey. What's going on,
What's
y'all?
up, fam?
doing? I had to get that bop in right quick because that song is
Come on.
fire,
Honey,
y'all.
Yeah.
She's
She
giving me
came.
like Anderson .Paak vibes.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
agree.
our vibe. That's
And
a vibe.
I was like, okay, Janelle got some bass in her voice on this song, honey. She was like, America, you a lot. I'm bringing it to you. Whole world about to
100%.
testify. That song is dope.
Honey, I love all the art that folks are making right now to like fight the system, using their heart to fight the system. We need to do, girl. You need to put out what you're gonna do, okay?
I know. We gonna get it together. I know. Now that we got the new arrangement, it needs to start with Carrie. That's what it is. Carrie needs to set it off in the beginning, and then we
I'm
need to
here
do the
for
rest.
it.
So it's
Let's
coming, y'all.
make it
It's
happen,
coming.
sis. So how y'all
Awesome.
doing today?
What is going on, y'all? It's another Friday.
It is
Another
a Friday. We have made it. It is a Friday, and we are alive.
We
Okay.
are alive.
And you know, the world is still coming to an end, but we're still here. Sipping on some seltzer, you know. So
Some seltzer. Yes, what we sipping on today, ladies?
wait, when I can't have prosecco, darling, I have La Croix, as you know.
It was on sale at Target, 3 for $10.
I guess.
Next time I'm gonna get you some.
Okay.
Next time I'm gonna get you some.
I got my concoction, you know what I'm saying? Like that frost. Listen here.
Oh, we got the magic juice. Yeah, what happened?
I'm so
with that
stressed
fire?
out about this. It was 100 degrees over the weekend, fam. Okay,
I know.
I'm not used to this Colorado weather yet. I apologize. I'm trying to get with it. Because when it's winter in New York, it's winter, and then when it's summer, it's summer.
Exactly.
The two don't really mix too much. But anywho's, so I had to harvest a lot of my stuff early. But yeah, went ahead and made my concoction with my lemongrass and my mint, a little bit of ginger and some lemon juice. And
Honey,
so we good.
I need that.
I need
got
that.
you.
That sounds like
I
the
got
Corona cocktail. And does it have
Show
anything else?
nothing.
Oh, it don't have nothing else in it.
No,
though.
not today. Not today.
Right.
We keeping
Right.
it.
Keeping it
Classy today.
keeping it
Trying to
cute.
be like
Keeping it
Raj,
cute.
find my couth.
Yeah, honey. That's
When somebody find that cool.
I'm trying to find my couth.
I'll let you know. Okay. And for those of you who don't know what couth is, it's home training. You need to act like you have some home training when you're outside of your house. You know, anyway,
I have
y'all already
today.
know. I ain't going
On today.
Good stuff happening.
Oh my God. That's
Word.
hilarious.
What you drinking?
Listen, I just have some coffee with some vanilla soy creamer.
That sounds delicious.
I'm a little tired. We got back from Boston yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because you be out there slaying it, booked and busy.
Traveling.
This was actually just to fix, this is actually just to chill with the fam.
Oh, beautiful.
See mom and dad and, so it was really great. We had a great time. We had a safe trip. The flights were not packed at all. It was cool. Like I felt like, okay, nobody's near me. It was great. But yeah, it was really good to see everybody. Really good to see everybody. So happy to be back.
I miss B-Town so much.
Oh, I know. I love Boston. Listen, if it
I was like, please go to all my restaurants, but no, they're closed. Oh man,
a lot of stuff was closed. And girl, even like what you saw them doing is shutting off the parking on the street and turning, like they put barricades up and made the parking spots like outdoor seating.
Oh,
yeah, they're doing that
in Dorchester.
Like, a lot in the Five Points area, like along Larimer and stuff. They've been shutting down Larimer. Yeah, yeah, that's what's up.
So that people can still, go out and like frequent their little favorite restaurants and stuff. But
yes, can I politic for 1 second?
Honey,
oh yes, you can. Yes, you can.
No, and I think it's beautiful. I think it's extremely important. I'm just, really hoping that cities start to allow for like their, unhoused residents to occupy space
Yeah.
as well.
How about that?
Absolutely.
Maybe we shouldn't just be trying to make profit and just, be human. That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
How
I'm
about
just
that?
saying. So
Mm-hmm.
as we're
You have the
being
space.
creative with
Come
businesses, we
on.
got to be creative about our humanity. Let's be real.
Absolutely. But girl,
Absolutely.
you know they don't think about that because
100%. You know what I'm saying? They just
it's
trying
the
to make their
greed
buck
and the
and keep it
money and
moving. Yeah,
exactly.
I know.
Some BS.
I'm seeing some of
Uh,
my Beantown people on though. What's up, Ellen? Wasn't it
Hey,
your birthday this week? Hey, Unicorn. Hi,
who had a
boo.
birthday?
Ellen
We gonna
did.
sing?
I know. Well, okay, so are we gonna sing? No, we ain't gonna
Well, because
sing.
it's gonna be hard to get harmony.
Do.
My bad. Next time, Ella, we got you.
I know.
Listen,
When we
what we
together.
can do is do a SIP birthday song. We can do a little birthday
Yes, we
thing that
can.
we sing.
Ooh, that's a great
So,
idea. I love
mhm.
that.
So
We
coming up
sure
soon.
can. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, Tammy, thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Please, everybody, let us
Camille.
know where you are coming in from.
Mm-hmm.
Last week we had Mississippi in the house, Virginia in the house, New
Yes.
York, Kentucky, all over. So let us know
We
where you're at.
international, you know what I'm saying?
We
So,
international, okay?
okay.
We gonna
And
get
our
there.
guests are international too. Y'all about to find
Hey,
out.
Yes.
Listen,
Oh
y'all
my
don't
gosh.
know, but you about to find
Y'all
out.
don't even know.
we're
Y'all don't
so
even know.
excited.
Yeah.
But we
Y'all
gotta
not
talk
ready.
about current events though. Okay, what's up, Neek?
Let's talk.
So,
What's up?
I'm gonna start off with the positive because there's some really beautiful things that are happening within Black spaces, and so we have to shout out our sister Regina King.
Yes. Yes.
Regina King is, first of all, she is the first Black woman director to have their film selected for the Venice Film Festival in its 77-year history run.
Come on, Regina.
The name, and it's actually like they're getting super Oscar buzz, and I want to see it. It's called One Night in Miami, and it's adapted from Kemp Powers' play, which is the same name. It tells the story of one night of 4 Black icons: boxer Cassius Clay, also Muhammad Ali,
of course,
activist Malcolm X, singer Sam Cooke, and football player Jim Brown. It's a love letter to the Black man's experience in America.
I read about this.
Yes,
that's so dope.
So it's being featured at the Venice Film Festival in Italy. So shout out to Regina King, honey.
Listen, even during this time, Black women are winning out here. So
100%. We out here.
They rising.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I wanted to give a shout out because we love the babies. Tiana Taylor just had her baby that Erykah Badu delivered. Can I have another baby so Erykah Badu can deliver my baby? Right? Psych,
and that room don't smell like nothing but patchouli and sandalwood.
100% and sandalwood.
All the candles and the moonbeams of life. Your baby will come out,
Oh, honey, on her Instagram.
Aligned, honey.
Listen, all aligned.
Yeah, I'm with it. I
I'm
would
here
love for
for
Erykah
it.
Badu to deliver my baby.
Child.
I'm about to get pregnant. I mean, cold candy.
We will celebrate.
Honey, we will celebrate.
Proposition, mama.
Honey, and I loved that Erykah Badu had like these onesies that she was showing on her Instagram with the crystals on top of the onesies. Just blessing, putting some good energy into the baby clothes.
Absolutely.
And the baby's name is Rue Rose. And y'all know I love Rose. My baby's middle name is Rose. So I was like, So shout out to Tiana Taylor and her husband Iman Schubert. Like,
I am a stan of Tiana Taylor. Lord,
I am too.
I love her.
Love her.
She's dope.
She is so fierce.
She really is. She can sing. Her body's sick. She's a powerhouse. Like, she don't take no mess.
She's a director. She can film, plus write music, plus, run her own company. Like, she is fabulous.
All of it.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Steffi said, why do you say I'm shady, Steffi? Steffi said I'm shady for what I said about Erykah Badu. That wasn't shady.
Steffi forever trying to say you.
All the
Listen, I would be fine with the patchouli and sandalwood as long as my baby came out all right. But that's how it's gonna be, Steffi.
But honey, they had the singing bowls in there. They was going in. They were.
Anyway, let's digress. Okay.
I ain't mad at all.
I ain't either. Listen, that's a nice little ambiance to bring your baby into the world. And apparently they had their baby the same way they had their first baby, which was like random, like in the tub.
Oh wow! See that?
Like it just happened to like the baby came mad early, and it just. So I think it's beautiful. They have 2 little beautiful babies. The baby is so beautiful. If you have not seen the baby, head on over to Instagram and see
Get your
beautiful
life.
little Ruros. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I have another little great piece of great news. Y'all know me back in the day. I used to watch all the shows on UPN before they turned into the CW.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm aging myself. But
Yeah,
y'all remember The Game. Y'all remember Girlfriends.
Yes, it is on
Girl.
Netflix.
It is on Netflix, ma'am. All 8 seasons. When I tell you about to get my Tony Child's life.
Yes,
honey.
Binging.
Yes.
We'll be binging.
You know, I never
100%.
watched Girlfriends like that. I was a living single girl, so
that too.
Girlfriends, I was kind of like, but now that it's on, I want to see what the hype is.
You want to see what it is.
Yeah.
I love
like Ally McBeal too, Nick. You used to always talk about Ally McBeal.
Ally McBeal's on Hulu. That's my joint. With Lisa Carson from Love Jones. Love that show.
Oh, I love her too.
Yeah. Love that show. But
hi, Abby. I saw Abby just join. What's up, girl?
Oh, hey, Abby. Hey, Leah. So, but yeah, I just feel like it's really dope that Black women are continuing to shine even through this crazy pandemic, and that everybody's about to get their checks. That's your girl. I don't have a Leah anymore. So,
I wasn't sure.
Whose Leah was it? Yes.
Shade, honey, the shade of life.
What's up, boo? Good to see you, mama.
Anywho,
the only Leah that matters. No, let me stop.
That's true.
I'm being messy. Anyway.
Make that space.
Right
That's okay.
We acting right.
Okay, shout out to all the girlfriends.
All the girlfriends
who are getting their checks right now.
That's real. That's real. Because there's been a resurgence, like Moesha, sister.
Sister. Yes, I meant to say that one too.
Yes, I love it.
Everybody is getting their binge on right now. So for real, shout out to all of them that paved the way for us. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, they can bring back, what was Monique's show? Mr. Ogilvy?
The Parkers?
Yes, they could bring back the Parkers.
Girl, the Parkers is on Hulu, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, if they did it now,
they redid, yeah, like a reboot.
I would love it. He was quarantined with Monique, like, and something happened where he got sick with her. I would love it. Okay.
Yo, that show was good. All those shows were good. Nothing is as good as shows were in the 90s. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, have y'all seen
a couple, but no, and I want to. Okay,
what show?
Is it about?
Lovecraft Country.
What is it about, Carrie?
Oh, so it's dope. I think it's dope. So it really talks about like racism as like a horror, because it legitimately is. And so, you know, like the whole theme behind Get Out and Us, and like, you know, making that like navigating these spaces as Black people, the horror is racism itself. But there's this like Afro futuristic type of feel with like seances and connection with the earth and like exorcisms. It's dope. I think it's super dope. So I think everybody should check it out personally.
It's been getting rave reviews. It's the Jussie Smollett's sisters, right? Journey Smollett. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, dope.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check that
out.
So
I think it's dope. I think y'all should check it out for sure.
Definitely. I've been hearing like literally everybody's like, this show is amazing.
It's fine.
I need to go ahead and sign up for HBO because I used to love Westworld.
Oh yeah,
I would, you know,
I haven't watched it. I heard a lot of good stuff about it.
Girl, that show is everything.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lovecraft Country though. Put it on your list, man.
Lovecraft Country.
It's so creative. Like it's dope. It's dope. So anywho.
Yeah. What shows, before we go, what shows are y'all digging right now that we could check out, especially from a Black female perspective or a Black dope perspective? If y'all want us to watch, please put them in the comments.
Yes, let us know. And
Ellen,
Jill Marie Jones, all mine.
Okay.
Yes, Ellen.
The last thing I wanted to say about the Lovecraft Country, sorry, like that it's like this Black Indiana Jones type feel as well.
Oh,
yeah, it's like, you know, they're going on these journeys. So anyway, I'm just really excited about it. So yes,
I want to watch it. Now you have
now I gotta watch it. Yeah,
now I have to watch it. I have to watch it.
Awesome. So we can have references and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Love it. And my last little bit of Black joy this week, I had meant to mention this last week, but forgot. But Niecy Nash got married.
Listen, and got
to
her
a woman and got her life. And I said,
to the
sis, I'm happy.
The piano player at her formal wedding. Was it? Is that what it was?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really? I didn't know that.
Well, listen. As a queer woman that understands what it means, right, to kind of be in those relationships and find the confidence and the strength to step into other relationships as a queer woman, I'm just saying I felt her. I felt like it, definitely resonated. But I'm so happy for her, and
I am too.
They look happy. They look so happy. So I'm really happy for her. Yeah,
they look happy, and I'm so happy for her. Like she is just beaming. So
congratulations, Niecy Nash was like, let me drop, so and so, and get me.
Let me live my life.
Listen, live your life, girl.
My best life.
Hi, Rachel. Somebody said Rachel heard. Hi, Rachel. She said, "Does Orange Is the New Black count?" Honey, I have seen every.
Love that show.
Absolutely, I'm here for it. Like, Queen Sugar is my joint. I know. Yes. I know. Yes. But Queen Sugar is my joint. I gotta
start it again because the first two.
I love Queen.
Which is the season that got super slow and I was snoring?
Season 2, right after
season 2. I can't.
But it picked up a lot. Yeah.
It picked up. Okay.
It picked up a lot.
Charlie,
and they started talking about the local politics and stuff too. Which is my jam. So it got into it.
So it got okay.
I'm
gonna try it again.
I am too because Kofi.
Dip your toe in one more time.
And what'd you say?
What'd you say? All I heard was Kofi.
Oh, you talking about Kofi Cerebro?
Kofi the Cerebro, honey.
I know you be watching it for the ads and the chocolate.
But wait, who plays Nona? No, it's both, honey. I'm equal.
Charlie. What's her name?
No, not Charlie.
Rutina Wesley. Rutina.
Yes.
I watch it for her more than I even would for Kofi, but I love both of them. So
I love Rutina.
Rutina. Yes. My bad.
Yeah,
I had that.
I loved her ever since True Blood.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out
to True Blood used to be my show.
Yeah, my favorite actress on there. Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow. Anyway,
well, I have one last
rundown. Oh, go ahead, sis.
Because our week would not be complete without a BAN. This will be very quick.
This is true.
This will be very quick.
We're not going to say the definition today, though. That's what we're not going to do.
Yeah,
we're not going to say the definition.
We'll roll
right through it.
If you know, you know.
Use your imagination. If not, Google it. But damn, come on, Josh Bellamy from the NFL.
What happened?
Why are you going to set up a COVID relief fund? Raise $1.2 million for said COVID relief fund. And then you and your boys go spend it on Gucci. And
come on.
Come on, man. You know what? We need to ask what they think about this, though. I think this would be a great, unless you probably have a question for them. But that just sounds ridiculous to me.
It is.
Absolutely
it's ridiculous. You're an NFL player, sir.
How did they find out? Like, what?
I have to read.
Just real reckless and messy with it.
Real reckless and messy.
And
I don't know if they're gonna go to jail, but if they do get locked up, can we lock up the president as well?
Thank you. The whole entire campaign, right.
And he could have really been the BAN of the week, but I'm honestly tired of saying his name.
Yes, thank you.
But sir, have a seat on the moon at this point. Like you can't even make it to the moon because you will combust in outer space. Somebody just put him on one of those old school rubber band joints and just fly him into outer space so he can combust into 10 billion pieces. And I would be here for it, honey. And let his little remains, let them just somehow trickle over the Serengeti where the cheetahs and the lions will eat it. So
come on.
He gonna get
just
his.
exit. He gonna get it. Absolutely. It's gonna be so good. Ooh, Lord. I'm gonna celebrate on that day.
Karma is a faithful woman. And
right.
She coming. Yeah. So
honey.
Anyway.
Oh, really quick. Somebody said they watch Greenleaf. That is my show.
Greenleaf is my joint too.
My joint. Yo, funny story about Greenleaf. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in LA in January, and I went into Walgreens and I saw the dude standing at the counter from Greenleaf, the little BAN that was beating up Zora.
Oh, I can't stand him.
And this is not real life. So I was like, "Hey, you from my favorite show?" And I could tell he looked at me like, "She gonna try it." I said, "You ain't have to do my girl Zora like that, though, sir." He was like, "Oh, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming." I said, "Man, you a hot mess on the show. I love the show. I know it's not you, but you was a hot mess."
Right.
And he was laughing so hard, but I was like, that was my little Greenleaf moment. I felt like Jada Pinkett.
I feel like Greenleaf, I liked the first and second season, and then I just started it just started fading for me.
Really? Oh, girl, this last season was
it was?
Yeah,
I gotta catch up.
Honey. All I got to say is Charity. Poor Charity. Jesus.
But see, she irks my life.
She irks my existence. She irks my life. She's a whiny baby. That's all I'm going to say.
An entitled one. Anyway, let us,
Yes.
No, I
we'll
got
talk
you.
about that later.
Right, we'll talk about that later.
Yes. So that is for today in current events.
I love it. Nice. Are we ready to dive right on in?
We are ready.
Yes, we are. We've been
Are we ready?
Already.
Yes, we ready. So listen, fam. I know y'all ain't come to see us. Okay. Y'all came to see the phenomenal group of young. Where did she go? Where Mo go?
I don't know. Did we lose her?
Let's see. We're gonna keep going. I think she'll get back on in a second.
She'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back, fam. Okay.
There she goes.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
So I know y'all are ready to see the phenomenal young ladies that have been taking the world by storm. And when I say world, I mean they were on CNN in Australia not too long ago. You know what I mean? Like out here making waves and causing good trouble. All right.
Yeah.
Because and I'm gonna let them. I want them to really talk about what they're doing. I don't want to dive into it too much, but I'm just gonna give a brief. Jump into a couple of their bios real quick and just kind of let you know a little bit about who they are and then let them expound upon it. So Dahni was born in Boulder, Colorado. She has one younger brother that is 5 years old. Throughout her academic career, she has attended 3 different schools, Phillips Elementary, Omar D. Blair, and now attends DMLK. Early college, and in her early childhood, she was very active, participated in soccer, performed as a ballet dancer, took lessons in martial arts, she's killing it, took cooking classes, played multiple musical instruments, and participated in swimming classes. During her middle school years, she played volleyball and soccer, and she was also chosen to be the captain of her volleyball team throughout middle school. Then we have Kaliah, who was born in Wichita, Kansas, where she resided until she relocated to Denver in 2014. She attended Green Valley Elementary School during her 4th and 5th grade year and joined the DMLK family in 6th grade. As a child, she was highly active in playing the piano and participating in many academic exhibitions, such as science fairs, starting at the age of 4 years old. As she progressed throughout middle school, she began to take advanced coursework, including freshman biology, and became involved with playing volleyball. She completed middle school and addressed the 8th grade class of 2019 as a salutatorian with a combined grade point average of 3.9. Then we have Jenelle, who's born in Aurora, currently resides in Denver. Throughout her academic life, she has attended several schools, some experiences more pleasant than others. Despite any obstacles that have been placed in her path, Jenelle has proven to be a very fast learner. She has used every learning experience to help shape her into who she is today. And then last but not least, we have Alana, who was born in Denver, Colorado. She has 2 brothers, one older, one younger. She attended Florida Pitt Waller for her entire elementary and middle school educational career. As a child, she put her energy towards theater and arts, often participating in plays, festivals, and drawing and creating new pieces. It was also during middle school when Alana started playing softball and volleyball. So we have some artists, we have some, scholars that are going to be coming to us today right now. So I want to present to you DMLK's No Justice, No Peace podcast. Homies, come on in.
Hey, y'all.
Thank y'all
Welcome.
so much for being here.
Yes, thank you for
y'all so
being
much.
here.
How y'all doing? And you can all take yourselves off mute because we can go
Yes.
kiki for a bit. All right.
Y'all doing?
How's everybody doing today?
I'm good. Good.
We're so excited to have you ladies here. You have no idea.
We're
So excited
to be here.
We are honored to have y'all.
Seriously.
So dope, so dope. So we have some questions for y'all just so that you can kind of talk to the people about who you are and what you're doing and how they can get involved and really help and make sure that we're amplifying what you're doing because it's powerful work. And so what we generally do though is we start off with the question of the day. And so I want us to all kind of discuss together what our responses are. And the question that we have today is, listen, let us place ourselves in the future, okay? It is the year 3020, and someone picks up a book about history. They come across your name. What does it say? What will you choose to be remembered for?
No.
I came up with that all by myself.
I was wondering. They was real cute last week, and now
I know this is deep, sis.
No,
it's a good question, though. It's a good question.
Great
what will we
question.
choose to be remembered for? So whoever wants to start, please feel free.
Well, I guess I'll start. We all want to go like educational throughout life. We all have pretty different plans, but we all plan on being successful Black women.
Okay.
And to be honest, if we were going to be in a history book, obviously for the things we're doing right now within our school, within our district, statewide, I feel like honestly we'd be known for paving the way for Black history in our schools.
Yeah. Come through.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well said.
I think I would want to say that they could remember us for just being able to inspire the youth and be that inspiration for the youth in our community to take up and, really fight for that equity and that justice that we need.
Yes.
I think we would be remembered for educating others on African American history and actually implementing to make that change in our curriculum and multiple curriculums across the district and hopefully across the world. But yeah.
Yes.
Love it.
And thankfully you are doing that.
You are.
You are. It's happening.
I think we would be remembered for standing up for what we believe in and sticking to.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank y'all. Listen, we in good hands, family. We're in good hands. The future's in good hands.
Absolutely.
What about you, Mom, Raj? What y'all will be remembered for?
See, and here I was saying, I thought I'd be glad to be remembered for developing a brand of Prosecco or something, but
I mean, but that is okay because we all gotta chill, honey.
I'm totally kidding. This is a very powerful night, and to have you ladies here elevates us and makes us think about how we level up in our lives.
That's right.
And for the future. So for me, I think I would like to be remembered for helping women of color see their true beauty and helping to positively impact the lives and help of my sisters of color around me. That's something that is just newly hit my heart. So yeah.
Yeah. You doing it, sis. You doing it.
You sure are.
Sis.
No. I would love to be remembered for the music that I created and that I created from my heart. And that I fought to live my dreams in spite of any obstacle that came in my way, that folks would know that I plowed through to do the gift that God has for me and that I use my gift to inspire and uplift everybody.
Okay.
And you doing it. The Monique Brooks
Girl,
Robin.
stop. Don't stop.
Playing with Lizzo and J. Cole. And there we go. I get excited.
There we go.
Come on and preach. Where the organ?
All my friends with it, right? I need one of those. So I mean, for me, I channel Fred Hampton. I want to be remembered as a revolutionary. I want to be remembered as someone that walked into the world and recognized the injustices and knew that it didn't have to stay that way and chose to do something different.
Yes.
And, one of the things that I really, really want to make sure I accomplish before I die is I want to abolish the police. This is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to find ways to make sure that we can create safety in our communities without this carceral system that we currently live under. So yeah, that's it. So
Yeah.
Love it, Carrie.
That
good
was
job,
awesome.
y'all.
That was
That
a
was
great
awesome.
question.
That was dope.
You be
That was
coming with the
dope.
question, sis.
You know, I do what I can. Nah, I appreciate y'all. So listen, we just have some questions for you guys about everything that you're doing. But before we even dive into those questions, and I'm gonna start with just how I see you on the screen right here. I'm gonna start with you, Jenelle. And just ask you to tell the people who you are.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, my name is Jenelle. I'm a senior here at DMLK. And I mean, I don't really know what about myself to tell. But I am obviously a co host of the No Justice, No Peace podcast. And I'm a member of our BSA. Um, I don't know, like, what else?
What's your passion? What is it that outside of your important work with DMLK, what is it that you love to do? How old are you?
Okay. I'm gonna turn 18 in November on the 11th, and I am a YouTuber. So I like to
All
YouTube.
right.
Nice. I love
All
it.
right.
And then I play volleyball and I run track.
Word.
Ooh,
Awesome.
With my
what's
race?
your events? Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I run the relays. I do the sprint
Oh,
medley, the 200. I'm a
Woo.
400 runner, and
Come
then
okay.
on.
the communal
Get
one.
it, sis.
But yeah.
I see you, sis. Listen, track and field
Awesome.
was my life growing up. So more power to you. 400, 200. I see you. I see.
We might have to get a race in between y'all
I
sometime.
know, right? Woo.
I
Yeah, we
know
might
I'm
have to
gonna
do
whip my
that.
behind, but it's okay. We'll make it work. Thank you so much for being here,
Thank you for having me.
Kaliah.
Just, um, I guess I'll start with how old I am. I'm 15 years old. I'm a sophomore at DMLK. Uh, I do play volleyball too. I like to paint. I like to draw. And I want to go into environmental science. I want to go to Howard.
Come on.
And
Hey.
I guess my passion, I just want to help people and just, make changes that I see fit because, it's too late. Well, not too late, but we can't wait until it's too late to make the changes we want to see and just wait for somebody else to do it. Because
That's right.
with this whole thing we're doing right now, if we wait for somebody else to make this change, then it would never happen.
Right.
Amen to
Exactly.
that.
Love
Exactly.
it.
Amen. Thank you so much for that. Go ahead,
Okay, so
Hey, Danny.
hi.
Hi.
So I'm 15. I'm also a sophomore at DMLK, and I want to become a lawyer when I grow up. I also want to attend Howard University or another Ivy League school just to study law because I also, just like Kaliah, I want to be able to help people and I want to be able to stick up for people if they're in the wrong or if they're in the right. But yeah, I just want to be able to help people.
Yes,
That's
Love it.
awesome.
absolutely, absolutely.
Hi,
It's
Alana.
Hey,
Hi.
oh
Alana.
I'm Alana. I just turned 17. Um, I'm a, I'm a senior at MLK, and when I grow up, I want to become a criminal psychologist.
Oh,
okay.
wow. Okay.
Wow.
Very cool. Very
Listen,
cool.
we are amongst much greatness
Greatness, honey. The
right now.
future. I
Yes,
love
I'm
it.
here for it. I'm here for it. So, did you guys have a little bit of time to look at some of the questions? Y'all ready to dive right on in?
Yeah.
All right. Beautiful. Let's do it. So, and anybody can respond. You can respond collectively. But just wanted to know, when did you first realize? Well, actually, let me back up because I want to make sure that people understand exactly what you do. So I'm gonna ask you a little bit about when you first realized you started to need to make the change that you guys are working on making. But can you tell the people about what you are doing? What this podcast was birthed out of, what you're trying to accomplish, and then we can dive into the why.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess I'll start off. Um, so our podcast had started right around the tragic death of George Floyd. because I remember that's when all the protests and stuff had started, and our BSA had formed a group chat. And I remember Miss Grayson texting us, and she was like, "Hey, if you guys want to come up with any other ways to, come about change or address these injustices, then let me know because I'm all for the brainstorming. But I don't want you guys out in these protests because you're risking your lives for change that may not come from those actions." So I was like, I definitely agree with you. And there was a lot of mixed emotions within the group chat. Like some people were like, I'm tired of this. I want to go to these protests. I want to be there. I want to fight. Like, there were a lot of emotions around it. But I definitely saw where Miss Grace was coming from. And I remember after that, I had called her and we had been talking about. I had told her about how it was hard for me to upload content on my YouTube channel with all the stuff that was going on. Like, I didn't want to be like, you guys go check out my new video. I'm doing that. All this stuff going on. So, yeah. Then we were just thinking, and I had mentioned how one of my videos had reached like a really big audience, like 10K views or something like that. And
Come on, yeah.
Awesome.
and we were like, what if that's our way, putting it on a platform like that and speaking out because it can reach so many people. So she took the idea back and put it into the group, and for the most part, everybody was on board, but you can see who was actually on board. So that's how our podcast formed. But yeah, we really just wanted to be able to speak on the injustices that are going on, and we called our podcast "The Take" because it's all about perspective. I know
Yes.
that like seeing everybody's perspective is so important. The miscommunications and the misunderstandings that come from the difference in perspective, I feel like it's vital. And that's why we feel like it's so important to speak up on these things and have conversations around the topics that nobody wants to talk about, because I feel like that's the only way that we're ever going to be able to bridge the gaps that are causing these misconceptions and misunderstandings. So.
Amen.
Well
Amen.
put.
Amen.
Thank you.
And that is so
Did
important. If you don't have, if you don't have your voice heard to create something out of nothing, I think that's amazing, y'all.
absolutely,
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And can you talk a little bit about the work that you're trying to do as far as changing the curriculum, updating the curriculum, making sure it's
Mhm.
reflective of our realities? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Do you want me to like talk answer the first question or just talk about the changes that they're actually implementing as of right now?
Yeah, you could talk the second one. So you could just talk about some of those changes. Yeah.
Okay. Um, so I know that they have started auditing like certain grades, and they are trying to make sure that, well, basically, from what the deputy superintendent of DPS told us, they are basically restructuring the whole history curriculum, and they're going down to
Mhm.
assessments, the essential questions, everything, and really making sure that the information that they're giving to people is one being handled in the right way, because some of these topics can be really detrimental to a person if it's not given to them the right way, especially teaching somebody about their history
Mhm.
after they've had so much underrepresentation of themselves. And with the way
Honey.
that society views Black people, it's really
Mhm.
important to watch what you're saying about a culture and about their history. So they're really paying attention to all the EQs and making sure that everything is culturally responsive. They have done multiple edits within the middle school curriculum and moving on to the high school curriculum, and it all just
Mhm.
builds on top of like everything. And
Mhm.
then they're allowing us to be able to give feedback because it is being taught to
Mhm.
kids. So we thought it would be
Wow.
really vital for kids to actually be able to put in feedback. So
That's amazing.
Mhm. That is amazing.
Amazing.
Y'all are
Yeah.
changing your entire educational system. That is incredible.
thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, and like you said, it is vital because at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, you guys are the ones that are learning this and
Mm-hmm.
living this and trying to figure out how to use the knowledge that you're getting to navigate in this world, you know, so why not be the leaders of the conversations, you know, about what it is that you want to learn and how it is that you want to engage. So I'm really, really happy to hear that there's that interaction going on. Was there anything that anybody else wanted to kind of mention about what's going on?
Yes, something
Go for it.
really big is coming up.
Ooh.
Okay, so next Friday on the 18th at 11 a.m., we're going to be here at the school doing a press conference. We're actually going to release or have a press conference about the release of our resolution that we're proposing to the board.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
I want to
What is the
hear about
resolution?
this
Yes.
resolution.
Mhm.
Yes.
But yeah, that's going on. That's basically what all of our work has been building up for, because we've
Yes.
attended multiple board meetings. We've talked to almost everyone we could in this district, and this is just something really, really big.
And it's at 11 a.m. You said, right?
Yes.
Beautiful,
Another thing
beautiful.
that we're working on, we're building a museum in our school. So DPS is
Yeah.
spending money to build a museum in our hallways for African American history. Then we're going to have a hallway for Latino history and so on. So everyone gets their fair.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You ladies.
Yes.
And with all of this happening, let's talk a little bit about, because it's hard, right? You know, we recognize that we live in a country that's rooted in white supremacy, and you know, we have been fighting for so long to see the things that you guys are talking about manifesting, and just so proud of you guys, like to continue this and make sure that you're demanding what you deserve. Let's talk a little bit about like some of the support and opposition that you faced throughout the process, if you don't mind, like diving into that a little bit. And so, whichever one you want to start with first, we can start with the bad and go with whatever you want to do. But let's talk a little bit about that. What have you faced along the way?
I guess we could start with the opposition. We're actually really grateful. Like within our community itself, we haven't really faced a lot of opposition,
Beautiful.
which is just important because it shows how everybody's kind of taking what we have to say and not immediately criticizing it because we're young teenage girls. But unfortunately, like in the beginning, when we were starting to work within our school, like some people were starting to criticize us, like why are we like fighting for Latino history alongside, and why are we fighting for other minorities? But the truth is, ever since we've come to this country, Black people have always been expected to represent for all minorities. And while it's important to have solidarity between minorities, if we weren't making this change for ourselves in the first place, nobody would ever make it. Like with slavery and civil rights, like not to say that there wasn't solidarity in the past, but we wouldn't be anywhere near we are today if there weren't Black people working for Black people. And with this resolution, like even though from the ground up we've been working to get more Black history, with this revolution we're fighting for Indigenous history, we're fighting for Latino history, because nobody should have to fight this hard for as long as we have to get our history just in the textbook actually accurately represented. So we're here for all minorities, but you know, it's just important to realize that just because we're fighting for ourselves doesn't mean we're against anybody. Like this is like the last thing we need to do today is have it turn into a minority against minority thing. Working for equity. It's not Black against Hispanic, white against Black. It's about us fighting against the problem.
Right.
That's it.
Like that's so
Say
important.
that.
Oh my gosh, that just warmed my whole heart, right? Yeah, that's so important, especially because we like, a lot of people don't recognize that we're the emerging majority, you know what I'm saying, like as people of color in this country specifically. And so once we recognize that we have each other and we can lean on each other, then we'll be more powerful together, you know. So
Absolutely.
that is so beautiful, y'all. Anything else y'all wanted to? Oh, go ahead, Mom.
No, I was just going to say, this is just so beautiful. I just love that you guys are so aware at your age. You know, that you are, when you hear be the change you want to see, that you guys didn't say, oh, well, we're too young to do this. Like, oh, we don't have enough resources, or, you know, we don't feel like the older folks in college. Like, you ladies are killing it. Like, we seriously salute you, and thank you so much for being here. I am so inspired by you, and don't ever let anybody tell you that you're too young to feel and think and make these changes that you're making, because the world needs more of it. That's all I'm gonna say for now. I just had to get that out. You guys are amazing.
Mom. That's real.
And can we, I don't know if we fully dived into the impetus of how you guys got started. What was it that really triggered you? Because I thought I read in an article that you had gone to DC Some of you had gone to the museum. Can you talk about like what is it that made you say enough is enough? I'm done. I'm not accepting this anymore. It seemed like there was a catalyst that got you all started.
Yeah, so none of us really knew each other till we actually went to Washington D.C.
Wow.
when one of our students asked our principal that
Mm-hmm.
told our principal that we don't have enough black representation
Mm-hmm.
for our school. So she decided to do a Washington D.C. trip where we would visit the African American History Museum, Howard, Georgetown University, and all of us went with 13 other kids, us four with 13 other kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we were really, when we went to the museum that night we got back, we all had a conversation about what we saw at the museum because a lot of us didn't know what we were witnessing there. A lot of us never saw that. Because when we look in the history books, all you really learn about is slavery or the concentration or
Right.
oppression and stuff like that. And you don't really
Mm-hmm.
know what was happened before slavery or what happened during certain periods of time because they
Right.
keep it out of the history book. So we all were on that conversation that we had that night. We all were very emotional. We all talked about what we wanted to bring back to the school so other people that looked like us could have those type of conversations, feel comfortable within themselves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about that. And then when we got back to the school the next morning, we had a meeting with our history teachers where we were telling them that they should go visit the African American History Museum to see what we learned so that they could implement it in their studies.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, y'all.
Tell them.
Wow. So who and there was a teacher that took you to the museum in the first place, is that correct?
It was our principal, Miss Grayson.
Awesome. Awesome. I know we're showing your website so everybody can get to know who you are. So you guys have
Yes.
t-shirts and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so but can
Please
you
support.
so you came back and you started to ask these questions of the history teachers, but how did you get to the point where you're actually changing the curriculum in your school?
So after that day that we came back and we were presenting to the history teachers, and then they flew out, and that same night that they were out, they started creating Microsoft Word and like slides and stuff that they were going to
Mm-hmm.
use back into our curriculum, and they were on it because as soon as they came back, they presented back to us
That's
their
awesome.
findings and their feedback. And within the next 2 weeks we had a whole exhibition night, and it was really centered around all the stuff that they had been teaching the kids. And we went down to the middle school hallways, and you were just able to see just the minds of all the kids in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that is fantastic. You ladies are so powerful. I hope that my question would be, how do you find your peace in all of this that you're doing? Because you're just starting to ramp up, right? So you've got a lot going on. You've got a lot of people pulling on your time. You've got to find a way to still have your life and at the same time do this important work. What are some of the things that you do to bring yourself joy, or when you feel stressed out to release your peace? What is that? Because you're already so fabulous. I know. Come on, somebody got to give me something.
Well, to be honest with you, we don't really have
None. No time.
You
You have to carve out the time.
Yeah.
We can teach you that now.
Yes. You have to learn it now because y'all are going to be changing the world for
Yes,
years to come.
absolutely.
So if you can figure out now how to have some wellness and some peace in the midst of this struggle, you're going to be fine. You'll be
Absolutely.
strong.
Schedule it.
Yes.
Schedule
Like
it. Put it in your
legitimately
Google
put it in
Calendar.
your schedule. Like that's the only way I can
Yeah.
get it done. So
Yeah.
That's it.
because and the thing is, I just want to remind y'all the burnout is real. And that's
Yeah.
intentional. Right?
Mhm.
Because the way that the system was designed, and I'm just really proud and glad to know that you understand it was designed. Some people think like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, it's just unjust. And no, it was made this way,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And so, but the way that the system was designed from the very beginning, they have been working on all firing on all cylinders, right? To contribute to our oppression and our subjugation. And what happens is, as we're trying to maintain ourselves and we're trying to pay our bills and we're trying to take care of our families and we're trying to make it through school, whatever that might look like, we are simultaneously, fighting this big machine. And the burnout is real. Okay. And so being young, magnificent women, I want you to remember yourselves throughout the process. And what I want y'all, I have a homework assignment for y'all. Don't be mad at me. I'm an educator. I do this. All right. But I have a homework assignment for y'all. It's really simple and really fun. If you don't know of the NAP ministry, I need you to look it up. Look up the NAP ministry, okay? It will teach you and remind you about who you are. Because one thing that we have to remember, right, is that this capitalist machine, it works because our labor contributes to it, right? And if we are giving our labor to this machine, one of the ways that we can resist doesn't always have to be an active thing. It can actually be choosing to rest. Resting is resistance, fam. So I just want to make sure that you remember that rest is resistance. It's a reclamation of your body, because our bodies were taken and used as property, bred as chattel. And when we remember that our body is our own and we choose to use it as our own, that is also a form of resistance. So I just want to throw that in there and really ask y'all from right now to remember yourselves and to put yourselves first in this process, because it's hard, but it's so necessary for the longevity of this resistance. All right.
Absolutely.
I say that with so much love.
And your teachers say spa day sounds great.
Exactly.
That's coming from your educator. So
you're right.
We need folks to come together and get them a spa day. That's what needs to happen.
That's what we need to do.
Yes. Who gonna sponsor the spa day, Sip Man? Come on, Sippers, step up and sponsor the spa day.
But we say this to y'all ladies, honestly, because we have crazy lives. We know what it's like. And as sisters of color who are powerful, who are going to be pulled in many different directions, you have to be serious and demand your time now. Otherwise, people will continue to take it from you, like Carrie said.
Absolutely.
So, they will. But what are you excited about for the future?
Honestly, one thing that I'm like with the work that we're doing, or just in general?
Both. You can talk about the work that you're doing and then what you might be personally excited about.
Right.
As far as the work that we're doing, I'm really excited to, like, within the next year or two, be able to come back to DMLK and see the changes, visit the museum, kind of the legacy that we left at the school, because I know that it's going to cause a lot of inspiration, and that's something that we all really wanted, was specifically to inspire the youth and inspire kids. So I feel like the light that was lit in us, that when we went to the museum, we're able to light that in others, and that's what we're able to bring back. So I'm definitely excited to be able to come back and see that. And just in general, I also want to attend the HBCU, Howard. Yeah, and I want to go into, like, with what everything that I've experienced so far with the podcast has been really empowering and just made me find my passion and be able to find my voice and, really validate myself. So I feel like me going into a college environment, I'm going to be able to do that same thing there and have that same impact. And that's what I'm trying to do. So going to college, that's something that I'm also excited about for the future.
Love it.
Awesome, y'all. Awesome, Jenelle. Thank you.
What about y'all? What y'all excited about?
What about you, Alana? We haven't heard much from you.
Wow. For the future, I'm excited to graduate, to be honest. I'm excited to graduate.
I'm ready to
go. But for our podcast, I'm just excited to be able to see the change that we're implementing. I'm excited to be able to see that children will grow up and know their history and know about themselves and know who they are.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, sis. Hi, Danny.
So you unmute
Hi,
yourself, Donnie. Go
Donnie.
ahead.
Right, go ahead, girl.
Okay, so I'm also personally I'm excited to go to college and study law
Yeah.
and just to help people. But for the podcast, what I'm excited about is hopefully to implement this change so other students that kids of color will be able to have someone to look up to or have their history to look up to and know that not everything's bad in history. We have positive
Right.
sides too.
Mm-hmm.
Not just
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
the washed over version, but yeah.
Okay.
No, that's
Love
so
it.
No
that's
shade,
so
but
real.
no shade.
Absolutely.
No. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I have a question for you, ladies. It's going to be off the list too, so I'm not going to throw you guys any curveballs. But we all know that whatever we all do in our lives, that there are folks who paved the way for all of us. So, who are you guys' greatest inspirations?
Mm-hmm.
So I know the greatest inspirations in my life are all the women in my life,
Mm.
including
Mm-hmm.
my mom, my grandma, my principal, my teachers. My brother's girlfriend is a big one too.
Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
My brothers are inspirations to me and my friends.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And I just know that without all of them, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out, shout
Shout out
out.
to
That's
the
right.
fam,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
to your circle, your village.
And y'all sound
Love
like
it.
y'all have a whole powerful female administration who is supporting you too. That's
And I want to dive
amazing.
Love
into
it.
that. Yeah, we're gonna talk
Yeah,
about
Love
we
that.
gotta,
it.
we gotta hear more
Love
about
it.
these,
Love it. Love
these
it.
teachers. Mm-hmm.
You said you want to know more about our teachers?
No, first your
Well, just want to know about
inspiration.
your
Your
yeah,
inspirations.
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm-hmm.
do want to dive into the female administration because I know they're killing it.
Yeah.
For me personally, I think that my mom is one of my biggest inspirations because just like my mom's not even from here. She's from Africa. So it's like
Mm.
her coming to this country, obviously it's definitely gonna be a struggle for her, and even
Right.
throughout all of her struggles she was always able to keep strong and keep on keeping on, and she was
Hmm.
able
Mm-hmm.
to take care of us, and she just really, I feel like she's the reason why I have the work ethic that I do,
Hmm.
and I'm really
Mm-hmm.
grateful for that because I noticed that that's something that has benefited me a lot in life, and I feel like it comes from her, and my drive and all of that comes from my mom. So she's definitely one of my biggest inspirations.
That's so
Oh, I
I
love
love
Shout out to
that. I
Mama.
love
it.
that.
Yes, that's real.
Mm-hmm.
You getting so much love
I
So
know
much
you guys are getting so
throughout
love.
much
all the
love.
comments,
It's
by the way. But
beautiful.
you already know that your people at DMLK are so proud of y'all. So,
Mm-hmm.
Kalia, who? What about your inspirations?
Honestly, all the black women in my family are my inspirations because I mean, they're just some of the most motivated, smart, dedicated people I've ever been around. Like, for example,
Mm-hmm.
my grandmother, she became a single mother when my mom was 15 years old after my grandfather passed away. And ever since then, I don't think I've ever seen her be weak, give up. She's only been loving to us. And I feel like that's so important to realize. Like, our ancestors, our grandparents, like, they really lived through one of the hardest times in America for Black folks.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that she's still here and she's still loving, it's just
Mm-hmm.
like I couldn't think of a better person to, admire. And also my mom and my aunt, who are both also single mothers. Like there's this weird stereotype that all black women are gonna be single mothers and have children alone. But like to be honest, black single mothers are some of the strongest people on this planet.
You better
Say
preach that.
that.
Around me,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
like
Absolutely.
like
Mm-hmm.
mom and my aunt, they're both principals. Like they've literally spent decades in education, and they're both principals here in DPS. And just seeing how hard they work, how much they stress, how much they just put things to the side to make sure that me, my siblings, and my cousins, we all have a future. And we all have like we can all succeed. It just really shows me how like black women, especially black single mothers, like they really are strong. And I feel like if anything, they motivate me to want to do something in my life. See how much they've done for me with how little they've been given by society.
Mm.
It just really inspires me.
That's beautiful.
Shout
Girl, your
out.
mama did good. She did
Your mama
good.
did good, girl.
Yes.
Girl, mama did good. I love
That's
Yes,
it.
Donnie.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
The person that really inspires me is my grandma. She basically raised me and she taught me everything I
Mm-hmm.
know. She's really a big role model to me. She literally is the reason why I'm sitting here today. the reason why I'm able to do well in school, able to be with these girls on the podcast and stuff like that. Without her, I really just wouldn't be here. So she's just a big inspiration to me.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Love it.
Thank you so much for sharing. And as you guys are talking, it's just beautiful to really hear you guys honor the matriarchs in your life. You know what I'm saying? The
Yes.
strong women, femmes, that feminine energy that has kept us grounded, you know what I mean, and has really been the backbone of the Black and brown culture since forever. So thank y'all for honoring that. And with that said, because Raj kind of talked about it a little bit, I really do want to know about the love and support that you guys are getting from the dope Black women in your in your school and the administrations at your
Yes.
school. I've watched your podcasts and I've seen just the circle of love and support that they've been giving y'all. And I just want to, can you talk a little bit about how much their support means to you, or how it's encouraged you to keep going in this direction?
I definitely want to speak on this because I feel like, I don't know, just even talking about this makes me really emotional, but it's like the family that we've been able to build since last year's DC trip. It's been really like amazing, phenomenal, and just the amount of trust, the amount of communication, the amount of genuine love that you're able to feel even when you're in trouble. And I know, like, when a lot of the time when you get in trouble and sometimes your parents will tell you like their motives behind why they you got in the trouble that you got in, sometimes it's really difficult to wrap your head around it and understand where the intentions are. But I know that with the support and the circle that we have at DMLK, it's really genuine, and I can tell that they really care about us. And it's like every single I look at all of like our administration that helps with the podcast, it's like they're my aunties basically, and they're always calling and always checking up on me, and they're there to tell me the things that I need in life and that I'm not always able to get. And I feel like that's such a beautiful opportunity because they've opened my eyes to so much stuff. Just being able to hear their perspective on things and apply it to my life just from that genuine standpoint and like that actual love has been really phenomenal.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
I
That's
love it.
awesome.
Shout out to your teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
Uh, I'm just going real quick. Well, Miss Grayson actually is my. I guess I should mention that she actually is my aunt. In this podcast altogether, I honestly feel like Jenelle said, we all have kind of become like a family. I feel like it's really important because at schools like ours that are really diverse, it can be hard to gravitate towards other Black people when we all kind of have different friend groups and we're all kind of gravitating against each other or away from each other. I feel like it's really important just to have a good community of people who can understand your struggle, understand what you're going through on a day-to-day basis. I feel like that's why it's so important. And like other schools really do need, like, for example, schools where it's maybe majority white, but you see a few Black kids in there, they need Black support staff. They need Black role models because,
That's right.
Yes.
like, it's just a better connection, and it's easier for people who are like you to understand your struggles and to not just push it off as if like a behavior issue or just having a bad day. It's just really important to have those people around you.
Yes.
And like just off what Khalil was saying, I feel like we do understand each other better and we are able to bond and really create greatness because of that understood, like that common understanding that we have with the struggles that we face and the struggles that we face as Black women. They're really able to look out for us and, guide us through the mistakes that they made and through the things that, they want us to be able to succeed in.
Yes.
Well, shout out to your teachers and administration because it just gives me so much hope to not only know that when you presented a problem, they literally met you. They were
Yes.
right there with you and they walked you through it. And then to know that they're women of color as well. We would hope to meet them. I would love to meet them. They
Love to
sound
meet them.
phenomenal, just as phenomenal as you ladies. So
Yes.
thank you.
Big shout out, especially during the time of COVID, y'all. Can we just give them a round
Okay.
of applause
Okay.
during the madness? You're right.
Yes.
That's where. That's for real. That's for real. So, I also, kind of piggybacking off of that and talking about like speaking to the adults in your life, right? And the fact that these adults chose to listen and to partner with you. What is something that you would want to say to adults in general when it comes to young people speaking for themselves and asking for help along the way, whatever. I don't want to speak too much, but what is there anything that you have to say to adults right now as we're trying to move forward together to make some changes? Should I clarify that question a little bit?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Okay. So I work with young people a lot. And what I run into many times is that the young people that I work with tend to tell me they feel like adults don't listen to them, don't take them seriously, don't give them the credit that they deserve. And so many times as I engage with the young people that I work with and ask them like, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to be in the world? How do you want to interact with the world? What do you want to change? They hesitate many times because their experience with adults is that they don't actually listen. You know what I'm saying? And so I was just curious to know for the adults that are like just being stubborn and not listening, is there anything that you would like to say to them and to really just encourage them to trust, to follow your lead, because you guys know what you're doing. Your lived experiences prove that, and this proves that. So is there anything that you would like to say to them?
Okay, I would like to say that it's really important to look through the perspective of a kid, because I always hear parents and adults in general talk about the differences between an adult brain and a child's brain, but I feel like there's a lot of importance in that, because we're able to see things in a way that you aren't. So always invalidating the way that we feel, or invalidating the thoughts that we have because you think that you know better, can be really detrimental, especially to the progression of something. Because even if our two perspectives on something conflict, it can be beneficial if we're able to, meet each other in the middle.
That's very
And
true.
another thing that I want to say to stubborn adults is like, I haven't really, because this is something that I think about a lot, so I don't really know how to put it, but I've just been thinking, especially for a lot of the parents, I want to say, it's like when you're telling us something that you think is beneficial, but the way that you're saying it, or like, your tone or your approach, if we're not really able to understand why, then most likely we're not going to listen to you. And
Ooh, that's
Salad.
key.
Mm.
yeah, so I feel like that causes a lot of conflict that's not necessary. And I really just want to go into deeper into just like with our community, especially because our past few episodes we've been talking about trauma and how trauma has directly affected our communities, and how that has affected our behaviors, our actions,
Yes.
the things that we claim as just cultural beliefs, or just our culture is really, like we said, is just normalized trauma. And so some of the behaviors that we're carrying out and passing down to our generations because of this trauma is really detrimental. We want to be able to put a stop to that, because I feel like everyone else is fighting against us, and we're also making that fight harder because we're
Right.
not together. We're not unified. And I feel like that it's so important to bridge that gap between adults and kids, because us
Absolutely.
together as a Black community, the males, the females, the kids, and
Yeah.
the adults would literally be unstoppable.
100%.
Wouldn't
Absolutely.
that be something if we could actually get our mess together
If we
and
could do
Yeah.
it.
and start a real revolution?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That you guys are starting that. You guys are part of that.
Absolutely.
I'm so inspired by y'all. Man.
Yes.
I think it's also really important that adults listen to us students because students are the future. You have to
That's
make
right.
the future that
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be growing up in, that we're prepared to live in. You have to make what you want to see. Therefore,
Mm-hmm.
students need to use their voice because, yeah, it's just very important that students use their voice, or we're not going to grow up in a world where things improve. We're just going to grow up in the same world under the same circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely. Amen.
Exactly. Plus, I feel like with past generations, it's always like, especially within parenting, like the past generation of parents is trying to, or the new generation of parents is trying to be better than their parents because they
Right.
notice all those
Mm-hmm.
mistakes. But the thing is, like, notice what the current mistakes that you're
Woo!
making. So I'm not saying like just in general, I feel like parents right now, you can really just learn from what you're doing in the moment instead of waiting when your child's grown and they tell you all the damage that you did to them. I feel like
Girl.
Right,
it's so
that
important
part.
because we can't keep waiting 25 years in the future for our kids to finally tell us what's going on. I
That's
feel like
right.
we need to make the change now and not wait. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's why all this stuff, like in general, with activism and racism and everything in this culture, it's always happening because we're waiting years and years and decades to actually confront it. I feel like
Woo!
it's just so important to like call yourself out now. Like I'm glad that this generation of parents is more socially aware because
Yes.
I feel like it's important that each generation of parents is improving. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't have to wait until your kid's a parent to acknowledge what you did wrong.
That's
Amen.
right.
Yes,
Agree.
that.
The
If more
worst.
parents understood that, right, and were more open and more
And
vulnerable,
we're
I
more
think
open.
being young women, you have a vulnerability. Your life hasn't hardened you yet, so you have the opportunity to speak. What are your emotions? How do you feel? And hopefully,
How do you?
parents would also meet you there. Because I think Nick, you do a great job with that with Lila. Y'all have great conversations and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have a
Hmm.
superwoman mom on right
Yes.
there
here.
we go.
The Monique
No,
Brooks Robert.
thank you, sis. But no, I do believe in that. My parents are much older than me. There's like a 40-year gap between myself and my parents. And so growing up, their survival, they were born in the 40s.
Hmm.
And so they lived right through the civil rights movement as grown adults
Hmm.
and saw a lot. Jim Crow laws were really passed down in Kentucky. And so their perspective was survival. So when I
Hmm.
was coming up, I remember we saw the Ernest Green story. You guys remember that movie that came on Disney Channel years ago? And it was
Hmm.
about, the Arkansas. And, you guys know the story. I don't have to go through the whole movie. But I remember saying to my dad, like, if I was living in this time, I would, I'd be trying to disrupt. I'd be like, you ain't gonna treat me like this, white people. And he was like, no, you wouldn't. You'd be doing what we did. And
Right.
at the moment, I was like upset about it, but that was his perspective. And so
Hmm.
we didn't really get to put our feelings forth. But now that my baby is 8 and she's going to be 9 soon, I think it's so important for her to have a voice and for her to feel emotions. And I just love what you're saying and the challenge that you're challenging parents to listen to their babies. I think when we were growing up, especially, you always used to hear what did they say, guys?
Do as
A
I say,
child,
not as
Spoken
I did.
to.
Yeah,
yes, and
don't
a
speak
Yes,
child
before
a
because
children.
I
child needs to
said
know its
so.
place.
Hmm.
Right,
Exactly,
right.
because I said
Yeah.
so, or
Yeah.
children need to be seen and not heard.
And not
That
heard.
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
big thing growing up. Don't be in here
Hmm.
and grown folks' conversations.
Hmm.
Not be in the midst of what we're talking about. But I do think it's important that children have a healthy level of communication with their parents because now Lila's 8. We talk about racism. We talk about Donald
Hmm.
Trump. We talk about a lot of things that
Hmm.
I'm opening her mind up to, so she can create her own opinion. So keep
Hmm.
challenging the parents out here and parents
Yeah.
Absolutely.
listening, you know, create those open lines of communication with your children is very important. And it's so apparent that you guys have that open line of a communication with your parental figures in your life because it is so
Hmm.
apparent that you are supported and that you are out here trailblazing
Yeah.
Hmm.
because of that
Hmm.
support. So you had people who did that for you. I love it.
Mo, can you highlight the comment by Abby real quick? Because I think that
Yeah.
that's so vital.
Absolutely.
Like we do each need to learn from each other,
Yeah.
and adults
Yeah.
definitely need to kill that idea that they know it all. When I walk into my
Absolutely.
classrooms, one of the first things I say is that I am not the only teacher in this room. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
how old I am in
Yes.
comparison to how old you are.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things that you can teach me along the way. And if we are not willing to learn, then we're not willing to grow. And if we're not willing to grow, then we're going to die. Like that
Honey,
is just the
Period.
facts.
reality.
Yeah.
And so I'm really proud of you all for knowing that and for holding adults accountable in your lives, but also
Yes.
recognizing that yeah, there might be some wisdom that has come with time that you can lean on from adults, but at the same time it doesn't mean that they know everything. And so
That's right.
I'm proud of y'all for that. That's
Yeah.
powerful.
Very proud.
Yeah. And Abby, you asked about the girls having a role model. They did speak about their inspirations, but you can say if you have a role model as well, if you guys want to answer the question.
Michelle Obama is one of my role models for
Hey,
There we
sure.
go. Come
Mama
on.
Obama.
Yes, Obama.
Yes.
I might have to agree with Janelle on that one. Michelle Obama has been my role model for a
Mhm.
Yes.
while.
She's amazing.
I have to say Maya Angelou.
Whew.
Yes, honey.
Yeah.
When people show you who they are,
Believe them the
Believe
first time.
them.
come on.
I'd have to say Michelle
All
Obama too.
right, all right. Have
We
y'all
love
been
her
rocked to
here.
sleep by her becoming audiobook as of yet? Because it's literally like she's there reading you a bedtime story. And
Reading
it's
you.
just it's quite amazing. So
I gotta listen to the audio. That's awesome.
because she's narrating herself, so it's like it just makes
Yes.
it all the more
Just makes it,
powerful.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's dope, y'all. And I had one final question that's listed here, and then we could just kind of dive in organically from there. But you talked about what you would say to adults right now. What would you say to your peers in this vital moment? People your age that just need to hear, I don't know, just need to hear from leaders such as yourself. What would you say?
I would say
I would say
Y'all,
I didn't let you go. I didn't let you go like 4 times before me.
Alana's ready.
To my peers, I would say stop acting like your life doesn't matter and like you can't do anything with it. Your life does matter and you can do things with yourself. You are going to make it to where you want to go. You can have goals. You are smart enough. You are good enough. You are enough. You are amazing, you are beautiful, and you are powerful, and you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Yes.
Yes, I want to say that.
Amen.
Honey, yes,
Um
preach.
I would just say you don't have to wait for other people to make the change that you want. And even if you're young, like even if you're younger than us or older than us, don't feel like just because society labels you as a child doesn't mean you have to act like one. You don't have to be in a child's place. So at the end of the day, if you know you want something to happen and you know you want something to change, there's no use in trying to stop or there's no use in trying to wait for somebody else to do that. Because at the end of the day, you know what you want. Like if you're trying to change something in your community, if you're trying to change something in your own life, you don't have to wait until other people do it because it's just so important that you take control of your own life before you feel like you don't have control of it at all.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of adults feel like they don't have control of their own life in their current
Yes.
politics right now, that they let go of it so long. So
Exactly.
yes. Sorry.
I
Steffi
would
said.
have to
Yes.
say, do not be afraid to stick up for what you believe in. The harder you work for something, the greater you will feel when you achieve it. And you have to
Yes.
get out of your comfort zone to stand up for what you believe in. So I would definitely give advice to my peers to believe in yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with everything that everybody else said. And one thing that I also would like to tell my peers is to pay attention to your mental health because a lot of people want to act as if mental health is not something that actually exists within our community. And that would be crazy because, like, although, yes, all of our brains are different, there are still a lot of commonalities. And having to support your mental health is definitely one of those things that we have to do. And pay attention to the people that are around you and the people that you're surrounding yourself with because I noticed that when I was around certain people, I wasn't at my best. And not everybody was
Mm-hmm.
at
Your
my
circle.
Yes,
and
circle.
Mm-hmm.
like it's okay to outgrow people. I know that a lot of the time when I outgrew people, people would want to make me feel bad or like, oh, you're fake or you switched up, you're weird.
Come on now.
I feel like people are placed in your life in a specific moment for a reason, and if that reason or purpose was fulfilled, then it's okay for you to keep going. It's okay for everybody to meet new people and do new things with different people. So yeah.
Girl, how you
that at 15?
I ain't know none of this.
When I just learned that yesterday. Thank you.
Right. Girl, I'm almost 40 out here.
There's so much wisdom,
self-awareness
right here, and so please, like, continue to hold on to that wisdom, y'all. Like, don't let anybody take that from you.
Nobody.
Ever. Y'all getting so much love.
Know who you are. Don't let nobody ever tell you who you aren't.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
You have all the power right here. If you will grow and you will become even more phenomenal, but just as you are is amazing.
Amen.
Just as you are.
And the only thing I wanted to ask y'all, is, do y'all have any questions for us? Is there anything that you guys want to, just kind of talk to us about real quick? Like, I know there's some artists on here too, you know what I'm saying? Musicians, painters, all of that.
Hey.
Y'all kind of just put us on the spot. I know.
I'm sorry. You gotta stay ready. No, I'm joking.
Okay, I actually have a question.
Yeah.
How did you guys get started?
Well,
Great question.
Go to the Monique Brooks Roberts.
No, that's a great question, Donnie. So Raj Jalari and I, we met 10 years ago, 2010. We performed a gig together. She was in Boston, I was in Philly, and we happened to meet, and it was like love at first sight. We've been best friends ever since. And then Carrie Joy is her sister-in-law. And so we just have a really powerful circle amongst the three of us, and there's some other really phenomenal women that we are connected to. And I just had this idea one day. I was like, I think we're so dope. I'm a violinist by trade. Raj is a singer. Carrie is a poet. So we said, ooh, singer, instrumentalist, poet. And that's how the acronym for the SIP came up. And it just so happened to SIP, we can SIP, talk trash, talk politics, But
we're being real elegant for y'all tonight.
We're being right. We're keeping it, PC for y'all. But, I think the majority of Black women I know have a sister circle, a text group, a chat group where we just go ham. I'm sure you ladies, amongst the four of you, probably have a little group chat where nothing is off limits. Current events. Did y'all see what this dude did? Did y'all see what y'all president did? Did y'all, and self-care, we were talking about earlier. Hey, ladies, let's go on a trip, next year. Let's go to Jamaica. All these things. And I said, wow, this would be really amazing to create a platform where we can discuss this and, show things from the Black woman's perspective and have it be a healing tool and talk about everything. Because, Black women are multifaceted, so we can talk about everything. And so with the quarantine hitting, obviously we had to kind of make some adjustments. And then this came about using StreamYard, and we've just been interviewing amazing Black women, which you guys are amongst that list of women. And it's just been really amazing to have this platform where Black women can share their stories and be vulnerable and feel safe in this space. And so, that's really kind of how it started. And we also performed together. So, I don't know if they want to add anything, but that's really kind of how it got started.
No, that was good.
Yeah. That was great. And so, the only thing I do want to add as far as the acronym is concerned is that when we bring amazing Black women on, we recognize them as our sisters in power. And you guys are our sisters in power for this week. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here.
We salute y'all.
Anything else? Oh, okay. Yes.
Right. How can people support? So I
didn't do that to rush them. I just picked that up because I want folks to support.
To know.
And put some coins out. Okay.
Yes. Let's get these Black dollars into these Black pockets.
That's right. That's right.
Right. But for those of you who are just joining, we are interviewing four powerful sisters from the No Justice, No Peace, DMLK, The Take podcast. Sorry, y'all. I got to get it all out.
I know.
But these are phenomenal women who are taking the educational, political, community world by storm. And I love the way y'all think. The answers that you have, it's teenagers don't normally say the things that you do. So I hope that you continue to be critical thinkers and that you continue to just not take no for an answer.
That's right. I have one little lighthearted question for you guys before we wrap up, and I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Ooh.
And you're gonna be okay because it's not a bad question. The musician in me, we love music. The three of us love music, and I would like to. I feel like y'all love music too. So I just want to know what y'all listening to. Like, what's your favorite song right now? Who's your favorite artist? Like, who you got?
Make me hit.
Like, because I know y'all be knowing people that we don't know. So
right.
Put us on.
They had to have a let me go on mute real quick.
I gotta check my playlist real quick.
That's a good question. This is such a hard
what's your
question
favorite?
for me.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, I have mine.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I got mine. Girl by the Internet.
Yes.
Oh yes. Through the internet.
Girl, love that song.
Girl.
You don't know what your hey, that's my jam. Okay.
Lila loves that song too. That's her jam.
You listen to the internet, we gotta be friends, Kaliah.
We good. We family now.
We family.
I'm feeling you.
Oh, Jenelle. Oh.
What I do?
That's a hard question.
It is
Just like a favorite album or like a favorite artist that you have. It don't have to be like,
Can I give
I
two?
have
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
So Brent Fayez
Okay.
and Giveon.
Okay.
All right.
I gotta
put
learn.
us on.
I gotta learn. Yeah.
Get me together. Get me
know,
together.
Get together.
Love it.
Dahni. Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay. My three of my favorite artists: Jhené Aiko, Brent Fayez, and then Summer Walker.
Yeah, Summer.
Walker,
Dope.
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Dope, y'all. Dope. I'm with that.
Dahni, did you have a?
So I have a song, but I don't know the artist.
That's all right.
Okay.
Like it's your jam
song.
anyway. Come on.
Right.
I really like this song named Bright. It's a one to inspire. Well, it's talking about how girls of color need to be proud in their own skin, and how males need to be proud in their own skin and what they do. They don't have to look like everybody else. They're just that individual person. And yeah,
Is it by Kalani? Is it Kalani?
yes.
Oh, I love Kalani.
Love it. Love her.
That is awesome.
Thank you, ladies, for sharing that. You just have to oblige me for a second.
Yes.
Oh, I heard y'all talking about Erykah Badu earlier, and I just wanted to say you have taste.
Thank you. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Because Erykah Badu was about to deliver my baby.
For a long time, honey.
Okay. Like, listen, mark my word.
Listen, Carrie, I'm gonna be there. Okay, just
100%.
Right.
Just be in the sister circle and just be a part of the vibe to bring joy to the world.
No doubt about it. Absolutely, y'all.
I guess we want to ask the same question to you guys.
Oh,
who's your favorite musical artist?
Ooh, that's like
so many.
Yeah, that's hard. That's like your favorite food.
Yeah, it's like all of it.
Right.
I'll say Lauryn Hill's my girl. Okay, forever and always will be my girl. It could all be so simple.
You'd rather make it hard.
But you rather make don't make me start singing on here.
Say it, Carrie.
Not tonight. But yeah, Lauryn Hill, Anderson .Paak, Maxwell, Janelle Monáe. Shoot, yeah, those are some of the people that I could always vibe to.
Yeah. I am really digging. What is her name? I just had it. Yemi Alade. I love her.
Oh, yes.
She is dope.
Yes.
And I love Jules.
Jules.
Yeah, Jules is like rocking right now. I mean, there's a lot of jazz and a lot of other stuff, but I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm all into Afro pop right now. Anything Afrobeat, any kind of world music, I'm down for
Get
it.
my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Yummy is my chick.
Word.
Y'all already know Sade is
Sade.
Right. I was like, why you gotta think about it? No,
she's my sis. But right now, I've been listening to like a lot of older jazz. Like I've been getting back into Coltrane's albums because I'm just a fan. But my new favorite song out right now is Robert Glasper featuring her and Michelle Endegno cello.
I need to hear that. I have not heard that.
Oh, yes.
Better than
With
I
her,
imagined.
her is my girl.
Her and Michelle Endegno cello, and it's just it's a vibe. So that's
everything.
what I've been on lately. Yeah, and I got to work out to some Beyonce for the homecoming.
Come on now. We love Beyonce. We was gonna say Beyonce, but we gotta, give her a rest for
we gotta
give
one
episode.
But we're saying her in a positive light today.
Beyonce is a queen.
Mm-hmm.
She's a queen.
She's a queen.
Roger's like,
No, she is. She love me some.
No, Beyonce is the best. Yeah, she's the best.
Word.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Oh, somebody said to share that SoundCloud link, Dahni.
Yes. Give the people them the power.
The people them, right.
Yeah, the vibrations.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. Please share it on our page so folks can hear about that song. That song, Bright, right? Yeah.
Bright by Kalani, yes.
Oh, you know who I've been jamming to a lot too? Chika. Y'all know Chika?
Oh yeah, she's dope.
Her flow is
really
ridiculous,
dope.
man.
And
I'm trying to be like her when I grow
Brixton.
up.
Yes. Have you checked out Blimes Brixton?
I have.
Because I know you would love her, Carrie.
I have.
She's a wordsmith for real.
100%. 100%.
So
y'all, fam, yes, I was just about to say. So we're gonna make sure that people know how to support you. Are there any last words? Anything that you want to say as far as like asking for support? Where can people go? What should people continue to pay attention to?
Right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So we have obviously our Facebook page, No Justice, No Peace, DMLK The Take. We also have an email. It is dmlksthetake@gmail.com. We have a new episode every other Thursday at 4 p.m. that will be streamed on our Facebook Live. It is also on YouTube and I think our Twitter. And I think that's it as far as contacting us. But definitely don't forget about the press conference. Yes. That's going to be next Friday at 11. It's going to be streamed as well as at the school. So.
Awesome. Perfect.
Love it.
Thank you guys.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you so much.
So much. We appreciate you. We salute you as our sisters in power. Godspeed.
Yes.
And I just want to let you know, if y'all ever need anything, feel free to, hit us up. Let us know.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Always here to support what you guys are doing. So let's give it up one more time for DMLK.
Yes.
No Justice, No Peace to Take, fam.
Yes.
All right, y'all. And remember, we won't be here next Friday, but we'll be back the following Friday. Yes. So be sure to come through 5 p.m., same time, same place. Follow us at the @sip_podcast on Instagram. Our website is the Sip Podcast. And y'all know where to find us on Facebook. So love, peace, chicken grease, and all that.
And in 2 weeks, our guest will be a woman named Vonette Bigford. She's a dope jazz vocalist from Trinidad. So y'all don't miss it. I met her when I was a student at Berkeley. She is phenomenal. You're going to love speaking with her. So thank you guys so much. And we will see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.